it is Lesha and I am finally back with another video. I have been looking forward to doing this for so long, and some might think it was procrastination, but really it was preparation, okay? I needed to get all my ducks in a row so I could do this video for y'all. So today I'm going to be dyeing my hair and chit chat. Also, it's my birthday in exactly 7 days. Today is Tuesday and my birthday is next Tuesday, so we gotta get my hair right because look at how grown out it is. Like, the last time I got my hair dyed was last year for my birthday. They literally ruined my hair. So I'm taking matters into my own hands this year and I'm gonna be dyeing my hair. So yeah, let's just get straight to it. I just wanted to pop in here from the future. This is editing me. And I just wanted to let you guys know that this is vintage footage coming from summer of 2025 last year. That is my public service announcement because I didn't want you guys to be confused during the video. But yeah, this is vintage footage coming from summer of 2025, the week leading up to my birthday. So this is my birthday hair. But yeah, thank you guys so much for being here and let's get into the video. My hair is kind of a mess right now. I tried to keep it as stretched as possible, but I just got baptized 2 days ago and I was dunked underwater. I really wanted to keep my hair natural for that because I just wanted to be in my raw, authentic state. So I tried to be mindful of how my hair was so that I could keep it as stretched as possible. So let's see how good of a job I did. Because if it's hard for me to separate my hair into sections, it's gonna be hard to dye my hair. It's gonna be hard to apply the dye, like, in a reasonable amount of time. And I've dyed my hair a lot of times before. I've had my hair purple, really red, brown, this color. I've had my hair a lot of colors, so I've never messed it up, and I'm not using any bleach today, so everything should turn out all right, but I'm gonna try and make it as easy on myself as possible. Alright, so I got 4 boxes of hair dye, 2 of each of these. This one is natural black and this one is cocoa brown. And I'm gonna be mixing all of them. I'm not gonna lie, I have absolutely no idea what color this is going to be. I really hope that it is a natural color or really close to my natural color, if not like 1 or 1.5 shades lighter. I don't know how it's gonna be because natural black, I don't want my hair this dark, I don't think. And you know, this looks good. So together, that might be my perfect shade. I don't know, I've never done this before. I don't have to use any developer because I guess this comes ready to use. I did a lot of research and I made sure that I'm using one that has as few hair pollutants as possible. I don't really know what other word to use. I tried to pick one that is not gonna cause any damage. So this is the best one that I could find based on the research that I did. It's ammonia free and like I said, no developer needed. So I don't think that this is going to change my hair texture at all. If anything, it's actually going to help my hair be healthier because it's going to be dark. I don't know. But I got my bowl. I'm not entirely sure if this is big enough, so I might want to go get another one. And I also got a hair dyeing kit. Let's just open up one of the packages and see how much is in here. When I used to do my own hair in the past, like when I would dye my hair, I always used 2 boxes and I literally would be scraping the bowl with my hair because I would barely have enough. So I doubled it because my hair has grown a lot since then, and I hope that I have excess because I also got additional hair. I think it's like a half wig or something for my birthday, and depending on what color my hair turns out after I dye it, I might need to be dyeing that too. So, let's see. Watch what she do when the light shine. Drunk niggas trying to talk in a strip club. Shawty silhouette look like a dollar sign. Okay, it turns out it comes with gloves, but low-key I think the doves in the the gloves in the dyeing kit might be better. Okay, this didn't come with gloves, so I'm glad that the hair dye did, because, yeah.
That's just how a nigga better. Blow ones for your loony ass niggas. Straight bells for your toonie ass niggas. My niggas bigger than the bounce. Roll up in the bitch, still smell like a ounce. Right quick. Tight jeans on, so you feel my shit. Tell me something good, baby. Tell me something good, shout it. Come bring it to the hood, baby.
Alright, so I have my hair divided into sections of 4, and I mixed all of the hair dye into this bowl. I shook all of them up in the individual bottles, and then I just poured them all in because I wanted to make sure that everything was distributed evenly. And now I'm just mixing it and making sure that all the colors mix together because I want my hair to be evenly dyed. Here I go. I honestly cannot believe that I'm dyeing my hair again, but y'all, I just got a new career opportunity, and this is one of the things that they suggested I do, so I'm doing it because God opened this door for me, and I just want to have complete faith, and I really want to be obedient. So this is what I'm doing. I'm dyeing my hair to a natural color, and I'll let y'all take guesses on what you think the job is. But yeah, let's talk 75 hard. I did my 75 hard earlier in the year, and it was probably like one of the most life-changing experiences that I've ever had. And it's also the first fitness journey that I've done since finishing running for my college. I don't really like talk about that part of my life a lot just because I feel like I've always, like my identity has always been rooted in me being a track athlete. But one of the main reasons I wanted to do the 75 hard is because I just really wanted to prove to myself that I can still do hard things. I've always had like an authority figure or just like someone who was responsible for keeping me on track or telling me what to do. Like my workouts were never on my own accord or because it's what I really wanted to do. And I also have never gotten to do a workout for my own body goals. So I felt like the 75 hard just gave me complete control, but also structure over my workouts and like what I wanted my goals to be. My goal wasn't to run as fast as possible. But like I've never actually seen my body not shaped for track and field. So that's one of the main reasons that I did it, because I felt like my body looked so masculine when I was doing track. Like it made me have like a very rectangular shape, and I didn't like how prominent my obliques were and my trap muscles. And it's funny because I see a lot of content creators who like are doing a fitness journey or do gym content, and that's what they're promoting, just like being like as strong as possible in every muscle group. But having done that, not because I wanted to, but because it's like what's expected for me to perform at a high level, I'm like kind of the opposite. Like I'm actually just working out so that I can have my preferred physique. Like I want to feel feminine. But it's crazy because the stuff that I got out of the 75 hard actually wasn't physical changes as much as it was like emotional and mental changes. Okay, my plan is to do the roots first and then do the ends later, but I think I'm gonna do like the bottom 2 sections. Like I broke my hair into 4 sections, so I think I'm gonna do the bottom 2 sections roots, and then once I complete the roots for those bottom 2 sections, I'll do the ends and then start up top. I think that's how I want to do it. I'm not really sure. I've never, like, it's been a really long time since I've dyed my hair, so I don't know what method I want to go with, and I'm not really sure how my hair already being dyed is going to affect this process, so hopefully I don't end up in a Brad Mondo video and he's like screaming at the screen, but it's too late. It's too late. I'm trying not to use too much because I tend to use like way too much product on the bottom, and then I get to the top and I don't have anything left, and then I'm like, oh. And I can't really buy more of this dye because I got it on Amazon, so what I have is what I have, and it's gonna have to work. I am gonna do my locks first though. I'm not gonna wait to do the ends of those because it's just like a lot more hair to saturate. It's very compact. Wow, it's changing color really fast. Okay, probably a good thing I didn't do the ends yet. How did I prepare for the 75 hard? My preparation for the 75 hard was actually very intentional. I hadn't really been working out like at all when I started, so it was really important to me that I was able to withstand the strenuousness, if that's a word. The strenuosity, that's not a word. Doesn't sound like a word. I just wanted to make sure that I could handle how strenuous the challenge was actually going to be. So for 2 or 3 weeks before I started my 75 hard, I was working out 5 days a week, but just one workout a day, except for those workouts were like 90 minutes. So I was still getting 90 minutes a day, but it was in one workout instead of 2. And I was giving myself 2 rest days, but I just wanted to know what it felt like for me to go that hard again so that I wouldn't be caught off guard. And you can prepare as much as you want for the 75 hard, but honestly, the challenge isn't doing everything every day. Like, I don't think that the rules of the 75 hard is what's actually difficult. I think it's like being consistent. It's more a mental challenge than anything. Like, the tasks aren't exceptionally difficult. It's just having to do the exact same thing every single day for 75 days is really hard because life doesn't look the same every single day. So I did actually have to start over twice because you have to be really present in it. Like, I was doing good, right? And then I was like, I think I was looking for a job actually. I was going to scout out this business that I maybe wanted to work for. And when I went in there, it just happened to be a party and they had free margaritas. So they handed me one, and without thinking, I took a sip, and then I was like, I'm not supposed to drink alcohol, and I had to start over. I was only like 2 weeks into it at that point, or like not even 2 weeks into it, but little stuff like that, like just like forgetting or not being present, like when you don't have that routine set, because I don't know if y'all know this, but it takes 21 days for a routine to stick. So I hadn't hit that 21 day mark, so I literally just had to remember at all times of the day, like a mental checklist, like, okay, did I do this? Did I make sure I didn't drink alcohol? How much water have I drank? Am I following my diet? Like, having to actively remember those things before it's just like second nature for you, that is like one of the hardest things. It's just like getting used to the 75 hard being your norm. I feel like that was one of the hardest things for me to implement. So yeah, I had to start over. And another thing that makes it really hard to start over is if you're basing your 75 hard on your completion date. So I started it exactly 75 days before Valentine's Day, and then I got really attached to February 14th. I was like, okay, I have to finish my 75 hard in these 75 days because I want to be able to drink alcohol on Valentine's Day. I want to be able to have a nice glass of wine. So when I had to start over, it was really difficult for me, and I didn't want to, honestly, but you have to be able to be honest with yourself and just have that sense of humility, like, all right, I messed up and I have to start over. So don't be too attached to the end result. Just be attached to like the success of that day. Because if you can just focus on one day at a time, it literally makes a world of a difference. Like, it will be so much easier for you to get to day 75. So yeah, once I let go of February 14th, I mean, I didn't have a choice, I had to start over, but that made it like so much harder, is me being attached to my like 75 hard graduation day. Also, for me to prepare for the 75 hard, I got a half gallon water bottle so that I could keep track of how much water I was drinking, and it had like little motivational prompts, like every however many ounces or so that I think it had like the times of day per section of the bottle. So like by noon I should be halfway done, or by a specific time in the afternoon I should be halfway done. And that made it a lot easier, because if you're using a normal like 16-ounce water bottle, it's going to be really hard for you to keep track of a gallon. Like, that's just more steps. You have to pick things that make it very easy for you. And honestly, reading the book Atomic Habits changed my life, because the 75 Hard really is a challenge of habits, a challenge of changing your habits and just optimizing your success and doing what works for you. So if you know that you're never, like, if you work, right, and you have a shift that starts at like 6 a.m. and you know that you're not gonna be able to work out in the morning, don't try and work out in the morning 75 days in a row, because you're setting yourself up for like failure. You have to implement systems that are working with what works for you. So if you know that you tend to procrastinate your second workout, then make sure that you're front loading that. Like, don't keep habits around that are going to be detrimental to your success, because there is going to come a day where you're not going to be successful. Like, if I save my 10 pages for right before bed every single day, then I know I'm not going to be successful one of those days, because I procrastinate. There's so many other things I did in the day, like I'll be tired. You know, don't read your book in bed if you know you're going to fall asleep before you get to the 10th page, because that was one of the reasons I had to start again. I fell asleep on page 7 and I had 3 to go. Another thing that I did to prepare for the 75 Hard was I got meal prep containers, and I just got them all from the dollar store, so it really doesn't have to be like a very expensive thing that you're doing to help yourself. But I just got a bunch of meal prep containers, and I grocery shopped right before so that I was starting ahead of the curve. Like, literally just do things that you know are going to contribute to your success, not your failure. But honestly, the 75 Hard is great if you have to start over, because you learn so much about yourself. Like, if it was a 90 Hard, I would have learned more than I would have in 75 days. So the biggest advice that I could give you, honestly, is do not be afraid to start over. You learn more from your failures than you do from your successes. I learned more from my failures than I did from my success. If I could get through the 75 Hard in one go, I would have learned significantly less than someone who had to start over 3-4 times. Like, I actually think being successful in the 75 Hard, having to start over several times, is more impressive than just getting through it the first try. Because it's like, which of the 75 Hard rules was the most difficult to follow? I thought that the 2 workouts was going to be the hardest rule to follow, but honestly, it was the water intake. Or actually, no. I thought that my diet actually was going to be the hardest rule for me to follow, but it actually wasn't too difficult for me to eat healthy. So you get to pick what diet you choose, but you have to stick to it for 75 days. And I was going to eat 3 meals a day, but I already don't do that. So it would be very, very difficult for me to pick something that I'm already struggling with and then combine it with the other rules of the 75 Hard, which are habits I already don't have. So you need to pick habits that you know are achievable, but also a little bit challenging for you. So if you only eat 1 big meal and a snack a day, don't challenge yourself to eat 3 meals a day, because number one, your body is not used to consuming that much food, and it's going to be really difficult to implement a habit like that. Do bite-sized pieces. The hardest rule for me to follow was the water intake and the 2 workouts a day, because I was doing 5 workouts a week and 2 rest days, but there are no rest days in the 75 Hard. You have to do 2 workouts a day, 7 days a week for 75 days. And I think the craziest thing that I took away from the 75 Hard is like the definition of a workout. Like, what really is a workout? Anything can be a workout. It could be you just going on a walk twice a day. It could be you lifting in the gym twice a day, or you lifting in the gym once and then going on a walk. It could be you doing yoga, and there's so many different types of yoga. You could do hot yoga, or you could do restorative yoga, which isn't very strenuous at all, but it's more recovery focused. So just have like a very loose definition of what a workout is. As long as you're being active, it's a workout. And that's something I have to learn. I don't have to go lift in the gym 7 days a week. I'm gonna burn myself out, and it's gonna be very challenging for me in the coming weeks, and the further that I get into the 75 hard. Okay, I'm just massaging it into my roots to make sure everything got accounted for, but I finished the bottom 2 sections of my hair, so now I think I should just keep going through the roots, honestly. I don't know. I think I'm gonna go through the roots of all the sections. Let me finish applying this because I feel like I'm slowing myself down by talking. And once I have the roots applied, I will pop back in, give y'all an update, and we can keep talking. I also need to change y'all battery because you're fighting for your life right now. Okay, I lied, y'all. I actually ended up dyeing all of my head instead of just the roots. I was worried that if I was going too slow, it was gonna color unevenly. I had like a little bit of dye left, so I added warm water and I mixed my hair into it. This is my birthday hair. And now I'm just gonna cover it with a plastic bag so that it can kind of greenhouse, and hopefully it will all saturate evenly. Okay, and then I'm gonna wrap a towel around this so that it really just creates a lot of heat and it stays warm. And I'm honestly gonna leave this sitting probably for several hours because since it is watered down, I really wanna make sure that it absorbs the color thoroughly. So yeah, I'm not gonna lie, this is not looking cocoa brown at all. It's not even looking natural black. It's kind of just like black. Who knows what it's gonna look like when it's rinsed out, but this is looking black. I haven't done this in a really long time. I do have faith that it's gonna turn out good though. I literally got the dye in my eye when I was doing my hair, but I couldn't stop, so I literally was just like doing it with my eye closed. But it was like just this front section that I had left, but it burned so bad. It burned so bad. I'm looking at a menu right now so that I can get dinner. I really want ramen. Yeah. So I'm gonna hurry up and rinse my hair out and do my wash day in just a few minutes so that by the time food is ready, I will be ready because I'm hungry. And it's 7 o'clock right now. And cross your fingers for me and wish me luck that this looks good and it's not jet black and just like alarmingly dark.
Ever since I left the city, you and me, we just don't get along. You made me feel like I did you wrong. Going places where you don't belong. Ever since I left the city, you got exactly what you asked for. Running out of places they gon' pay for. Became your friend. On my ears became your ears. You used to call me on my cell phone. Late night when you need my love. Call me on my cell phone. Late night when you need my love. And I know when that hotline bling, that can only mean one thing. I know when that hotline bling, that can only mean one thing. Ever since I left the city, you got a reputation for yourself now. Everybody knows and I feel left out. Girl, you got me down, you got me stressed out. Cause ever since I left the city, you started wearing less and going out more. Glasses of champagne out on the dance floor. Hanging with some girls I never seen before. Who used to call me on my cell phone. Late night when you need my love. Call me on my cell phone. Late night when you need my love. I know when that hotline bling, that can only mean one thing. I know when that hotline bling, that can only mean one thing. Ever since I left the city, you and me, we just don't get along. You made me feel.
It's officially the next day and I am going to be doing the majority of my hair today. Yesterday I dyed it and then I washed it, and then I just wrapped it up because blow drying takes me a really long time, and I didn't want my blow dried hair to marinate overnight. I really want to braid it down the same day that I blow dry it because it'll just be easier, it'll lay flatter. Sometimes I sleep really hot and I didn't want my roots to puff back up while I'm sleeping. I just washed my hair, my birthday hair. I don't really know what to call it. I think it's like a half wig or something, I don't know. But I just washed it and I rinsed all the dye out of it and then I conditioned it. Literally whatever I did to my hair yesterday, that's what I just did to that hair. And now I guess I can start blow drying my hair.
Oh yeah, tell me on my side, baby, where would I be without your love beside me? Oh, baby, where would I?
Okay, so it is day 3 and I did just finish blow drying my hair today. I literally had that one small section that was right here, and there's honestly a few reasons why it took me so long to get my hair to this point. I think because after I detangled my hair the day that I washed it, I put it in 2 buns and went to sleep. And that was when I had it in like the 2 buns that were like a few sections were twisted. So I detangled before I got out the shower, and then I put it in those buns, twisted up the ends, and then went to sleep. And I didn't have any like distinct parts. I literally only twisted random sections of the ends. So I low-key think that it kind of like undid all the work I did to detangle my hair. So then yesterday when I was blow drying my hair, I detangle as I go, because although this was advertised as a detangling attachment, it's really not. So yeah, I was using my actual brush to detangle each section, and I really take my time with that. I don't like to cause any unnecessary breakage, so if it's the difference between me going slower or me being in a rush, I'm gonna go slow every time. But that being said, it's more tedious and it just takes more time, and I really drug it out. And then I also was, excuse me, I'm sorry. Then I also was clipping all my single strand knots while I was going through each section and blow drying. So that took a really long time. And then on top of that, as you can see, I braided each section so I could keep track and also minimize me causing breakage, because I didn't do like clean, distinct parts. I just would grab a section, detangle it, and blow dry it. And I really wanted to keep my hair out of the way as I went, so I was braiding it, and that probably added a lot of time as well. So yeah, learn from my mistakes so you don't make the same ones. I honestly don't really mind that it took me this long, because my hair doesn't even really have to be done until tomorrow at the latest, but I'll probably get it done today if I can, or I'll prep it today so that I can like be fully styled tomorrow. But yeah, I'm about to just put some oil on my hands and then take these out, because my hair doesn't really need to have a texture. I literally braided it to keep it out of the way. So I guess when it comes to hair, I'm really high maintenance, because I really didn't have to do all that, but I did. I just wanted to make sure that my hair stayed stretched, because the worst thing is when you put all that effort into stretching your hair and then you go to sleep because it's not done, and you wake up and your roots are shrunk up or your ends are all tangled and matted. I was just trying to avoid that. But yeah, I also kept my edges out right here because I have traction alopecia and I'm not trying to make it worse. So I didn't put it in a tight braid, because I like to put it up out of the way. When I was doing this side, I pulled all my hair over to this side, and the tension just tends to get really tight around the edges right here, so I just kept them out. But yeah, I'm about to take these braids out, y'all.
Oh yeah, tell me on my side, baby, where would I be without your love beside me? Oh, baby, where would I be? Probably gone. Oh, 'cause it feels like a CPR. never can lie.
It's time for me to put my wig on and see how much hair I need to leave out in the front, and I'm about to start braiding. Let's see. Okay, I'm going to be attempting to properly install a half wig for the first time ever, and there's only one rule: don't fuck it up, because this is my birthday hair and I don't have any margin for error. Actually, I have to look flawless.
Stand you up. I don't wanna talk about it. No one understands me, no. You're the only one I confide in to, darling. Oh, I don't really need to lie to you, babe. Patience over all my pain. How you been to my heart, oh darling. Everything I've done, you know. I really never had a moment.
It's actually kind of hilarious to me that every time I get on here, it's a new day. But this is actually the last day. I actually don't have any more time to do my hair because I'm flying out tomorrow morning and I have to be up at like 4:30. But I only have 4 braids left to do in the back, and then I can put this wig on. I did it. Let's go. I have no idea if the braids look good, straight, like you can like see this side of the braid, but you can't see this side. And I don't know what this side looks like. I feel like this side is cleaner, which is crazy because I feel more comfortable braiding on this side. Let me know how I did, y'all. I literally blind parted all of these, so if it looks horrible, it's because I literally blind parted all of them. I could not see the back of my head the entire time I was doing this. If it looks bad, it's because I blind parted, but if it looks good, ayy, I blind parted, you feel me? So I'm going to braid. I'm gonna make 2 braids. I want to actually show y'all the video that I saw of the girl that braided her own hair down, because I feel like what I'm doing is kind of similar to what she did.
Because some of y'all be forgetting, y'all, we gotta moisturize our hair. We have to have healthy hair under these wigs. Okay, and now I'm gonna start on my braid. It's literally gonna be 2 pigtails, real simple and real easy. Once I do one side, I'm gonna do the other side, and now I have both braids. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna flip them and fold them in the back. Nice.
She did. I feel like I'm low-key doing what she did, except for I like actually cornrowed the back, because it's really hard for me to get my hair flat like that. I blow dried like very thoroughly, but I just have like a lot of hair. Like my hair is just really dense and it lays so much flatter cornrowed like this. And I feel like I low-key would have had to bust out the flat iron to get it as flat as hers was. Maybe my blow dryer isn't as good as hers, or maybe my hair is just harder to get straight. I don't know, because I have a lot tighter coils than her. But I'm like pigtailing the ends like she did, and then I'm gonna fold it like she did. Okay. I'm kind of curious what happens to this hair if I brush it. I kind of need to understand this texture before I style it. Okay, yeah, I think I need to brush out this whole thing and then 2-strand twist everything, and then I'll 2-strand twist my hair into like this front section so that everything blends well, because I really like all my hair to come forward. And I want free parting so that I can like, you know what I'm saying? But my hair is not this texture, so I'm not about to leave it this texture. I need to brush it out. and then restyle it. I don't have mousse. Okay, I finished blow drying. Okay, y'all. I got it all blow dried, and it's actually pretty layered. Like, this is the shortest layer, and then my hair is right here. So I feel like it'll look pretty natural once I'm done styling it. It's not like it's my hair and then it's this hair. Like, I feel like it falls pretty naturally as far as layers go. So yeah. I just am going to 2-strand twist it, and I think I'm just gonna use the I have like a curl or twist cream. I don't really know what it's called, but I have this like twist cream that I use when I 2-strand twist my hair. I think I'm gonna use that because, like I said, I am not a mousse person. I've never really used mousse, and I don't know what the result is gonna be, but with the stuff that I normally use, I feel like I know how it's gonna be. The only thing is, this is high porosity hair and I have low porosity hair, so it's gonna be a little bit of a learning curve. I'm not 1000% certain what it's gonna look like when I'm done, but I'm more comfortable using a product I've used before than just going straight for the mousse. So I don't want it blow dried out like this. I just always blow dry my hair before I style it. So I'm just gonna do what I know because I really like that stretched look. It's obviously gonna shrink up a lot once I add the cream because cream has water in it. So naturally it's just, once the moisture hits it, it's gonna shrink a little bit. But yeah, I'm happy. I am happy. Is it giving grown, sexy, 25, frontal lobe developed? Like, is it giving birthday? I can be like this. I can be like this. I can be like this. You feel me? Yeah. I want a free part so I can like have my hair whichever way I want. I don't want to be stuck to like one particular part. But yeah, do y'all want to see me twist it on camera? Or should I just do it? I don't know. I'm just gonna start. That's what I did with my braid down. I didn't really know how many, what size, or what I was gonna do. I literally just started and then it ended up perfect, so I'm gonna just do that. Okay, this is the cream that I use to twist my hair. Twist and curl cream. I'm not using a lot of it because I really don't want my hair to shrink more than necessary. But as for how I typically do my hair when I'm twisting it out, you know how like when guys have waves, they have like a center point and they're like the crown of their head right here, and then the waves like all go from there? That's how I twist. I twist like around the perimeter and I work my way towards that point. So when I take them out, my hair falls naturally like that. So that's gonna be the technique I'm using. And yeah,